David Adeyemi was the third son of a struggling pepper seller in Mushin. His father, a mechanic, died in a mysterious garage explosion when David was 12. By 16, David had dropped out of school, but he had one thing: hunger. Not for food, but for the kind of wealth that made people bow. He learned early that brains beat brawn. His first hustle: selling UK-used iPhones that were actually empty shells. But that was child's play. When he met Will Burns, an older boy with Gucci belts and 2 iPhones, his eyes opened to Yahoo, the game of email scams. Will introduced him to formatting, emotional manipulation, fake LinkedIn profiles, stolen identities. David picked it up fast. His charm was lethal, his scripts poetic. Women wired him money out of love. Men invested in fake businesses. By 22, he was balling. A Lekki Phase 1 duplex. A Mercedes-Benz GLE. Bottles of Ace of Spades at Quillox. The transformation was complete. He was no longer David from Mushin. He was David the Yahoo Prince. But money had limits. He wanted billions. He wanted to be untouchable. That's when someone whispered the name Baba Anikoko, a spiritual man who could fortify Yahoo boys. Baba's shrine was a forest of whispers and fireflies. The juju priest had a long scar across his face and eyes like burnt coal. The gods want intimacy, he said. Not violence. Bring me the underpant of women in climax. Fresh. The deeper the pleasure, the fatter your account. It sounded mad. But when David tried it, and his bank alert showed $400,000 from a single transaction, he didn't question it. David became Lagos' top sugar daddy. Girls fought to be in his circle. His bedroom became a vault of lace tongues, silk panties, and pleasure spells. He kept a red calabash in a hidden closet. Every pan dropped in brought a blessing. Every moan was a bank code unlocked. He even recruited young boys, junior Yahoo boys, to gather more. Baba Anikoko became like a father. They called themselves the Golden Circle. Vanessa wasn't just a slay queen. She was a psychology graduate, influencer, an undercover activist researching ritual abuse in Lagos nightlife. She played the game, entering David's circle, giving him what he wanted, until she noticed her pants missing. She laid low, set up cameras, tracked his routine, and collected evidence. What she found shook her: a pant-filled shrine, receipt of money laundering, and encrypted conversations with a network of Yahoo boys and foreign hackers. Vanessa sent the evidence to the EFCC. What she didn't know? The FBI had already been watching David for 6 months. His email scams had had people in Canada, the UK, and the US. When EFCC joined forces with Interpol and traced ritual connections, the case exploded. Baba Anikoko tried to run, but was caught in Ogun with charms sewn into his skin. David thought he was untouchable. He had 3 lawyers, a police escort, and a private chef. But one early morning, dozens of black SUVs rolled in. He ran to his Lamborghini. It refused to start. He screamed at his houseboys. They had vanished. He opened the calabash. The panties were gone. It was over. The court case was streamed live. Slay queens testified. Victims cried. Rituals were revealed. A pant from a 17-year-old girl. A charm buried under his bed. Bank statements that traced millions in fraud. David was sentenced to 45 years in Kirikiri. Baba Onikoko died in prison 3 weeks later. Heart attack. Or so they claimed. The gods don't forget. In Kurikuri, David now sleeps on a tin mat. No Wi-Fi. No slay queens. Only mosquitoes and regret. He writes his story in longhand, hoping one day it will be a warning. Morals from the madness. Quick money often comes with slow death. Sexual power is sacred, don't use it for evil. Not all slay queens are naive, some are warriors. The gods may bless you, but they never forget what you owe. One night of ritual wealth can cost you a lifetime of peace. Part 2 Pant and Blood. Continuation. When the king falls, vultures gather. After David's arrest, the golden circle scattered. Some ran to Ghana. Others went silent, deleting profiles, erasing chats. But one stayed, Toni, a ghost Adebayo, David's most loyal foot soldier. Toni wasn't just a junior boy, he was the one who introduced Vanessa to David. He felt responsible. He also had something others didn't, David's black notebook. Inside. Ritual instructions. Banking codes. Names of victims. Passwords to crypto wallets. And the final ritual David never completed, the pant of royal blood. Toni rebranded. He moved from Lekki to Abuja. Changed his name. Got baptized online for optics. But every night, he sat in front of the notebook, debating. Until the money started drying up. Until his Range Rover got repossessed. Until the gods started whispering in his sleep. He opened the red calabash he had hidden. Empty. He needed a new pant. But not just any pant. He needed one worn by a princess. Zora Kore was the daughter of a northern Amir. Educated in London. Fashion designer. Rich. Classy. Untouchable. But Toni had game. And patience. He entered her life through a fashion collab, charmed her with poetry and pain. He pretended to be vulnerable. Said he had a heart condition. That he didn't have long to live. Zora fell hard. The night she gave herself to him, Toni collected the pant and cried. Not because of guilt. But because he had finally completed the pant of royal blood. Bitcoin wallet, 2.3 billion Nigerian nairas. A house in Dubai bought in cash. Lamborghini Revuelto, delivered in 9 days. He became Toni the Ghost, a mysterious billionaire no one could trace. But ghosts don't sleep. He began hearing whispers. Seeing Zora's face in puddles. Waking up to blood on his sheets. The gods had come to collect. Vanessa had left Lagos for good until she saw Toni's new face trending on Instagram. She remembered him. Quiet, loyal, David's little boy. She started digging. Cross-checked fashion photos. Facial structure. Body language. She knew it was him. And this time, she wasn't coming with a phone. She came with a team. A fake fashion expo was set in Abuja. Zora had secretly agreed to bait Toni, after finding her pant missing and realizing she was spiritually drying up. Her designs were failing. Her hair started falling out. Vanessa posed as an investor. Zora played along. Toni came, thinking it was another deal. The moment he entered the private suite, he was surrounded. EFCC, DSS, and the same FBI agent that arrested David. But what scared him most? Vanessa. She just smiled and said, "You boys never learn." Toni didn't go down easy. At the station, he started foaming, screaming in tongues. Baba Onikoko's spirit had latched onto him. They had to bring in an Alpha Babalawo and a pastor to subdue the rage. Zora, meanwhile, was admitted into a private hospital for spiritual cleansing. Vanessa recorded everything for her documentary, The Yahoo Bloodline, Ritual, Sex and Scams in Modern Nigeria. The circle is broken. With Toni arrested and the book recovered, the Golden Circle officially died. But some say the notebook had a final chapter, one that required the pant of a virgin who willingly gave herself out of love. A chapter that wasn't destroyed. Some say it's still out there, waiting. Morals. Even ghosts can be haunted. Royalty doesn't make you safe, only wisdom does. Love is power. But misused, it becomes a curse. The more sacred the ritual, the louder the gods scream when it's defied. Every circle, no matter how golden, must break eventually. Kindly like, comment, share and subscribe for more African folktales. Don't forget to turn on post notification so you don't miss out on any post.